Well, people, it's been a bit of a slow week in the world of video game adaptations. Not a whole lot's been going on, but I'm still going to do my weekly roundup video, and we're going to get into that after the intro. So of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. First off, happy Mother's Day to anyone out there, all the mothers. And also, secondly, if you're like me, you're probably playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom right now, and yeah, I'm deep into that. But I still wanted to make a video because I don't want to just skip making videos, because lately there hasn't been a whole lot of new news going on. But this is the weekly roundup of whatever video game news has been happening in the world of video game adaptations this week. Super Mario Bros. Movie is still killing at the box office. As of today, May 14th, it's made $1.21 billion worldwide. So that's crazy. It's making more in the worldwide box office than in the North America. North America, it's 536 million. In the rest of the world, it's 674 million. So even though we already know it's the highest grossing video game movie ever, it's also so far the highest grossing film of the year, which is awesome. And other not directly video game adaptation news, but The Last of Us, the game based on the amazing show that came out earlier this year, just got inducted into the Strong Museum of Play in Rochester, New York. So it's the World Video Game Hall of Fame. At this time, it got inducted Last of Us and also Barbie fashion designer, which I don't know why that's funny, but that's just pretty funny that would be inducted into the maybe when it came out that was like a cool thing. I have no idea about that. Yes, it got inducted into the World Video Game Hall of Fame, which was first established in 2015, so it's 2 years after the game came out. It is aimed for recognizing electronic games, including those for arcade, console, computer, handheld, mobile, that have enjoyed a popularity over a sustained period and have exerted influence in the video game industry or in popular culture and society in general. So yeah, that's a good pick for that. So there you go, The Last of Us game as inducted into the Video Game Hall of Fame. That is cool. In Gran Turismo news, the international poster has officially been released. I never really got the difference or why there needs to be a difference between the international and North American, but based on that, so this looks like it's the French one, or maybe it's not. Sorry if I'm getting this wrong, or maybe it's Spanish. Right here in the article, I don't know if this was a joke or not, Gran Turismo. So that's pretty funny actually. It almost looks like it's a typo, but I'm pretty sure it was on purpose because this is 2 days ago. Yeah, this article is from Bleeding Cool, and it's interesting that whoever wrote this, Caitlin Booth, is saying that this is the most baffling video game adaptation ever. You know, I thought that too until I actually realized it was based on a true story, which is actually makes the idea for this way more interesting and cool, which also just makes me more excited because they're finding ways to adapt video games that you'd be like, really? Into a way that works and makes sense. Like, this is based on a true story about a guy who played Gran Turismo and then somehow managed to transfer that into he managed to somehow turn that into driving actual race cars. So that's pretty nuts. So, I mean, but that's the only way that would really make sense to do it. It even says right here in the article, like basically what I just said, the cast is just as aware that this is a strange video game to adapt, since David Harbour even mentioned in CinemaCon when he got the call that he was confused about how this would work. However, as we said, this isn't so much a video game adaptation, but more as using the game to tell a true story. Exactly. The race scenes are going to be the thing that makes or breaks the film, but they have an excellent director and promising cast. So maybe this will be the one to break the live-action video game career. Why would you say that? He must have said that a while ago, because I feel like the curse has been broken officially. This is the year everyone's going to look back on and be like, 2023 was the year where video game adaptations changed completely. Yeah, so anyone who doesn't know, the actual film is based on the true story of Jan Mardenborough. Is the son of a soccer/football player, and it's based on his true story of a Gran Turismo player who actually used his skills to become an actual race car driver, which is crazy. And this guy, looking him up, he's still like racing cars today. This makes me more interested in seeing the film. The fact that Neil Blomkamp is directing it, and I'm thinking he's going to do some interesting things with the racing and maybe see some things we've never seen before. But I don't know, I'm actually getting slightly more hyped about this film. I had pretty much no interest, really, other than the fact that it was an adaptation of a game, and I'll watch anything that's adapted just because I want to support it. The more I read about this, the more I'm like, this could actually be a legitimately good movie. We'll find out in August when it comes out how this film is going to turn out. Okay, so this article has actually linked me over to an actual website, internationalmovieposteраwards.com, which is crazy. There's an entire site dedicated to international movie, and they actually have 5 separate posters for Gran Turismo. So I thought, why not take a look at them? Not that, you know, these posters are really telling us anything, but from gamer to racer, so yeah, that actual true story based on that. Here's the main actor, never seen him before in my life, no idea what else he's been in. Well, I dig that they're like showing him holding the thing and the controller. That's, you know, and I'm wondering if this is the actual car he'll be driving. It says Aces in the front. Here's poster number 2, based on the insane true story of a gamer who became a racer. So yeah, I mean, every poster is basically just the 3 main characters with a car underneath it. I don't know, actually, this poster looks like the best one so far, but I actually haven't looked at all of them yet. So let's look at the other 2. Alright, well here we have one that's, you know, I'm sorry, I don't know if that's Japanese or, well, it's Asian, and it looks like it's more than one Asian language. This one's interesting because it just shows the main guy, Archie Madekwe. Yeah, so this poster here is the Asian market, and you can straight up see it's just the main character, which is interesting because, you know, in international markets, I still think that people would know who David Harbour or Orlando Bloom is over this guy, but who knows? Maybe he's huge over there, who knows? So here's another one where it's just another of the same guy, but this is like his face split in half with the gamer slash racer. But there's like, you know, the game over here, and this poster, I like this one too. It splits it in half of like his old world and his new world in the same picture. I like that split screen idea. And that too with the cut, that's actually kind of brilliant. Yeah, this is the best poster. I think now I've seen them all, this is my favorite. Splitting the actual controller with the actual steering wheel and the suit, and it's lined up perfectly. I like that. That's great. But I don't know where internationally this means because it's English. So I'm not sure what international target this poster was for. Right, and this is the one we just saw that's already came out. So there's 5 official posters, so I'll put a link below to those because this is a pretty interesting site, like an entire website about international posters. I didn't even I'm not surprised that so over here I'm on Archie. I looked up how to pronounce his last name. Is Madekwe. This is IMDB. I just want to take a look at see what else he's been in because I don't recognize him, but he's been in things I've seen. So, well, I watched Voyagers, which is a pretty forgettable movie with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. But he's in Midsommar, and I don't remember him in that, but I thought Midsommar was okay. It had some good moments. Love, Death, and Robots, that was cool. He was in that. That was a really cool, like, digitally animated show on Netflix. But he hasn't really been in anything big that anyone would have seen yet, so who knows if the Gran Turismo film will be his big break. He's also in 3 other movies coming out. But that's it for the week. That's all the video game adaptation news that I could find for the week. If you liked any of that news or have anything interesting to say or add about that, let me know. I'm going to add a link to the bottom for some of these articles. And the poster page, which I don't know, I find maybe that could be a page you can get lost in for hours and hours and hours. But if you do, don't get mad at me because I got to go get lost for hours and hours inside Zelda. But I wanted to make this video first and then spend the rest of the day playing that game. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and keep gaming.